everyone, my name is Mari. Welcome to my page. I am currently on a journey to open up a nonprofit. So the whole purpose of this page is for me to be able to share my walk with you, how I got to this point in my life where I want to open up a nonprofit. I also want to share the vision that I have for this nonprofit, some of the services that I want to provide for women, and how I got to that point that I want to provide those particular services. Overall, I just want to share the desires that I have in my heart. And my hope is that you will believe in me enough to support me and make the desires that I have a reality. So I just want to share a little bit more about myself and how I got to this point. Like I said, my name is Mari. I am a mom of 4 kids. 2 of them are adults at this point. My older daughter is 21. My second oldest is 19 years old. And I am currently working as a medical assistant at an urgent care. I'm also the front desk assistant there as well. And I love what I do. So you're probably wondering, how does a MA get to a point in her life that she wants to open up a nonprofit? Well, I think that's a great question, and I am here to answer that. I guess I could start telling you that by the time I was 18 years old, I was a senior in high school at that point, and I became pregnant with my first child. Soon after that, I felt the need to marry my daughter's father. And by the time I was 21, I was already a mom of 2 kids. I was a stay-at-home mom for the first few years of my kids' lives. And then by the time my older daughter was like about 5, maybe 6 years old, I felt like I needed to do something with my life, just something for myself. And after speaking with my mom about it, she suggested I go get my medical assistant certificate. I didn't really feel like I had that calling to be in the medical field at that point in my life. But the way that she put it was that you're always going to find a job in the medical field. So I was just like, okay, sure, why not? And that's how my medical assistant career began. By the time I was in my 30s, I decided to go back to school. I was already in my second marriage at that point, and I wanted to study biology because I've always loved science. I remember when I was in 7th grade, I took an earth science class, and my teacher was teaching us the different names of the clouds. And I just found it fascinating that clouds had like their own names. And it's just kind of like, I was curious about Earth and our bodies, and just, I loved science. That's what kind of led me to want to be in the biology field, I guess you could call it. And the goal was that once I graduated, I wanted to work in a lab. I wanted to make big discoveries, whether it was like vaccines or like a cure for something. I don't know. I had big dreams at that point. But after I graduated from my bachelor's degree, I actually continued working as a medical assistant, just because of the way that my life like turned out. And I was okay with that because I realized that I would rather work with the public, meaning with patients, interacting with people, rather than being in a lab and not having much access to the public. But then in 2022, it's kind of like when my life changed and the desires of my heart changed, because I met a young lady who kind of gave me an opportunity to be able to go on a missionary trip to Honduras. And I wasn't looking for it. I never really thought that I was gonna go on a missionary trip, so it kind of just fell on my lap. And that's where like the desire of helping others in a different level really sparked in me. So if you continue following me and you continue giving me some of your time, I'm gonna share on the next video what happened in the missionary trip to get me to that point. So thank you for being with me, and I'll see you in the next video, okay?